Hey guys, in this video I just wanted to do a beginner video on like what you want to cover when installing mods, things that you should know, because I know that there's a lot of beginners and they may feel lost, especially considering the fact that on my channel I have a lot of different videos on how to install different mods. But some people, they just want some more direction. Okay, so this was a requested video. After this video I will also upload, not today but here soon, a video on how to download custom content, sliders and presets, things like that. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys things that you should know when installing mods, and so that way you guys can apply that if you're a beginner. Okay, so one of the big things for me when I was first starting installing mods, and it was really confusing too, was where to go, what to do, where to go. So every website's different. I have here pulled up Basemental Drugs and Wicked Whims. I could pull up Kawi Stacy too, just so you guys can kind of like get a gist of how every website looks and where to go. Okay. Now every website's different. Even some mod creators, they only have their mods on Patreon accounts. So some people don't have a website for you to go to install mods. But one of the biggest things I feel like helped me kind of figure out the direction of where to go and what to do was the download button. You just go there on any site. Like there's a download button majority of the time on the sites that are going to take you to where you need to get the mod downloaded to your computer. Okay. For Kawi Stacy, I believe that this is her update page, and I actually am going to provide that for you guys because I know that there were a couple of people who were saying they were having certain issues with some of her mods, if I'm not mistaken. And she lets you know what's compatible with the current patch and things like that on this page, and I think this is just like beneficial for you guys. But anyway, you would go to, I believe you can either go to all mods or all downloads. I think that there's a base mod that she likes for people to download as well. I like her website as well because she lets people know beforehand that if any ad blockers are up, that it may make the website less functional. And that's one thing you want to consider too, guys. I was getting some comments of people saying that they were unable to download certain mods for some reason. They were clicking the download button, it wasn't working. If you guys have ad blockers on and things like that, it will prevent you from downloading certain content from certain sites. Okay. Also, she wants you to understand that putting mods into your game can cause bugs and errors. And what she means by that is if a particular mod that you're downloading is not updated, and this is good knowledge for you guys to know as beginner people who are trying to install mods, errors like the Sims looking invisible or like their hair being weird, things like that can happen when you have custom content on your game. That could mean that a mod needs to be updated, or a mod creator hasn't updated it yet, or whatever the case may be, or even your Sims 4 needs to be updated. So if that does happen, don't freak out. Just take the mod out and throw it in the trash. Okay. It happens all the time, and that was something I didn't know when I was beginning to install mods. I knew it to a certain extent, but I was really just freaked out about doing something wrong. That was like my biggest thing, was like I didn't want to do anything wrong. I wanted to install everything correctly because Sims meant a lot to me and I didn't want to mess up my game. Okay. But now that I've been installing mods for as long as I have, the errors aren't going to be that detrimental is what I'm saying. So and if they are, 9 times out of 10 it's because the mod is not updated, and you just throw it away until you're able to get an updated version from the mod creator. Okay. A big thing that a lot of beginner mod installers should know is that you want to delete the local thumb cache, and I'm going to show you guys where that is. Right, so you go into your Finder if you have a Mac, or if you don't have a Mac, you would just go to your documents. You're going to click on Electronic Arts. Okay, and then in Sims 4, this is where you're going to find the local thumb cache. Okay, now you're going to see a lot of other caches in here, like I think there's one called Online Thumb Cache and stuff like that, but the one you're going to delete is the local thumb cache. So you just pick it up, drag it, and throw it in the trash. Now this is going to continue to pop up before and after installing mods, especially when you start playing the game again. Okay, But every time that you're removing and placing mods in your folder, you want to make sure you remove that just to make sure you don't go through any issues or glitches in your game. Now, once you do that, they say, I understand that when there's an update, I'm supposed to remove these mods from my game and back up my save files. And that was another thing I wanted to show you guys, right? So what she means by back up your save files is what you would do is you would go back to that document, open up your Electronic Arts, open up your Sims 4, and there's saves, a folder for saves. These are all your saves, okay? So what she means by backup, you can literally take out these saves files if you want while you're updating your Origin or your Sims 4 or whatever. So that way you have the save file that you want and need. Or you could just leave it there if you have a like pretty updated computer and you know that, you know, your saves are going to be fine. I typically never remove my saves out when I'm updating, but you know, sometimes there's really big patch days and you just want to take it out for the heck of it, okay? But what she means by when there's an update, maybe for example, Origin is saying, your Sims 4 needs to be updated, right? You're like, okay, well, what do I do? Well, what you would do is you would take your mods folder out temporarily, and then you'll go ahead and update your Origin. Okay, and then once you're done updating it and you've entered the game and all that, you're gonna go ahead and exit the game and then put your mods folder back into the Sims 4. Okay. So hopefully that's not too confusing for you guys. I know you're beginners, so if you got to rewatch it and things like that. And when I say beginners, I'm not saying that as an insult because I'm still learning as well about a lot of things, even concerning mods. And the best mentors and coaches are always learning. So it's not that anyone knows anything more than the next person, right? So those are just big things I really wanted to go over with you guys, and just their importance. Okay. So you just say I understand on Kawi Stacy's mods. And she shows you her different mods that she has. I actually kind of want this one. It's pretty cool. I think it's a food mod. I think she came out with it December 3rd. That's cool. And here's another one. It's a video game mod. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm over here getting excited about the other mods that she created. But she has like a high school mod now for high school sweethearts. That's cool. But anyway, let's stay focused. So the Slice of Life official base is what you want to download first. And I wanted to kind of put this out there for beginner mods, people who are like, you know, not used to downloading mods. For Kawi's particular mods, I say it's important to have the base mod. I just think that it's essential. I think that certain mods you're unable to play if you don't have the base mod anyway for her. Okay, so just keep that in mind. When you're downloading mods, whether it's MC Command Center or Kawi Stacy or Wicked Whims or Basemental Drugs, you always want to read through everything. I know it may seem like it may take time. So if you have to skim for Kawi's particular mods, she does show little clip it videos of how to download the mod, okay? And then she also lets you know for particular Mac users what may pop up and what may happen. So that's what I also like about her mods as well. But then once you're ready, you're going to click download public release. And when you do that, it's going to bring you to another site. Well, actually the same page. So then you're going to download public release at the bottom of early release. And then it's going to open the other site, which is Sim File Share. And then you select download, and once it downloads, it's going to probably download in a zip file. You would double click that and drag it into your mods folder, okay? So that's for Slice of Life. I just kind of wanted to show you guys where to go to, you know, no matter what site you're going on, no matter what mod creator it is, you always want to just kind of go straight for their download tabs. And they also have download instructions as well, so you don't have to just take my word for it. There's things to read and things like that as well, videos to watch, so that way you know how to do it, okay? So that's for Kawi Stacy. For Wicked Whims, I always go for iTitch. If you have a particular reason for using Nexus, then use Nexus, but I go to iTitch after clicking download on Wicked Whims, and typically downloads are always, for some reason, at the bottom. And they let you know always when it was updated, okay? So for example, just because it says December 18th doesn't mean it's outdated. The way you would know if it's outdated is if you went in your game and it wasn't working, and then it tells you on the Wicked Whims server, it pops up in your game and it will say, hey, you have the old version of Wicked Whims, download the new version, right? then you would go back to the site and come right back to this page, and it'll tell you, okay, new update January 20th or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So don't just assume because it's been a month or a few months that, oh, this is out of date. The only way to really know is if you go in your game and the errors are showing up, so you're having particular issues letting things work, or B, the server itself is telling you that it's out of date. Okay, so like I said, any page you go to, typically download buttons are always going to be at the bottom. So that's just another thing I wanted to kind of let you guys know as beginner download mod creators. I always loved Basemental Mods website. I think it's just so well organized and easy to understand, and instructions are blatantly listed. It's really hard to like not do this correctly. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, no matter what website, no matter what Patreon you're using, no matter what mod creator you're trying to download from, always read through the instructions as well. Okay, just make sure you're doing everything to your liking. Okay, but for Basemental Mods, you can download the Windows installer. If you have Windows, I think it automatically just kind of puts everything together for you. Or you could just download the zip file. I always do the zip file because that's just what I know, and it seems to work perfectly for me. Okay, and I'm not saying that you can't do that for Windows too. It's just kind of how that works. So what you would do is you would download the zip file, download at the bottom of the screen, and just like I've showed you guys in all my other videos, you'll just go to Finder, you can open up another window, you'll access your downloads folder, and then drag that download after double clicking to open it and put it into your mods folder. Okay, and so when you're on a Patreon, guys, you have two choices. And this is for beginners because I know you guys probably think that it's a requirement. It's not for certain mod creators. There are certain mod creators where they don't have any free access. Okay, you have to pay to get in. But the way to know is if you enter a Patreon, right, you can scroll and then you'll see if there's public releases out. This is a public release because it says public at the bottom for one. And then two, if I click on this mod, it's going to download. Let me show you. See, it just downloaded at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so that's how we know that MC provides, or Deaderpool provides public release content, okay? But if you do want more up-to-date content, or you seem to be going through a lot and you don't understand what's going on, I highly recommend becoming a Patreon and supporting the mod creators anyway, because it helps them and then it helps you. So you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Also, there's a difference between having the regular Sims 4 and the Legacy Edition. Legacy Edition is a different version of Sims 4, so you will have to go to Legacy to download that specific version for, you know, your game so it can work properly. I know there are some people who say, hey, I downloaded this and I'm still having issues. Sometimes it's just because of the fact that they have Legacy Edition. They don't have you know, the other version of Sims 4, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to show you guys as well. Now, if you're just going through a lot, right, and you're just not seeming to know what you're doing wrong, I always recommend reading through the mod creators' sites and Patreons because typically they have a Discord, okay? So if you don't have a Discord server, I definitely highly recommend creating one, creating an account with Discord, downloading the app on your phone or your iPad or whatever you're using. You can even download it on your computer. And then adding these websites and mod creators that you're downloading from, adding their Discord links, because on there typically most Patreon and mod creators have Discord links, so you can contact their support and ask any questions that you have. Because guys, I love you guys so much, and I appreciate, you know, all of you guys watching these videos and tutorials to help you get through. But I'm not a pro, you know, and there's some things that I'm not going to have the answers for. So the actual creator of the mod and support team that they have will be able to help you get through. So you can add their general support Discords and things like that. You just click on them and they're going to take you to their Discord, and they have an invite link. As you can see, it says 10,000 people online and they have over 67,000 members. Okay, so you just accept the invite and then it go ahead and adds you in, and then there you go, you're in their channels and you can ask whatever questions that you have. Okay, so just make sure it is for support though, because some mod creators They don't want you asking a whole bunch of questions in chats that aren't for that specific reason. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, for Slice of Life, same thing. Any website you go to, you always want to take a look to see where their Discord link is. So her Discord is right underneath her name on the website, so because the Discord symbol is right there. So if I click on it, it automatically brings me to Kawi Stacy's Discord server. Okay, so you should just provide your username and do whatever she requires for you to enter her server, and you can ask her questions as well if you go through any issues. Twitter is just as important. If you guys currently don't have Discord, or for whatever reason you can't have it or download it, Twitter is just as important, because if there's any updates that happen and things like that, they are going to tell you. They're going to tell you on their Twitter and update you like, hey guys, there's an update on this mod and there's an update on this mod and so forth and so forth. Okay, so and you can access these same social media links by going to MC Command Center's Patreon or their website, things like that. And same thing with Kawi Stacy's. Okay, and any other mod creator typically has some way to get to their social media links to contact them. Okay, same thing with Wicked Whims. There should be some tabs either on the side that you can go to or the main site that you can go to. So like support is a good button to click. Obviously, if you're having issues, they'll tell you if you need assistance, click on this, click on that, and it will take you to where you need to go. Okay. They even have their Patreon listed, which is where most people ask questions anyway. And Wicked Whims also has a Twitter as well. So if you can't find it on their site, you can always look up Wicked Whims and Twitter and find it that way as well. Okay, guys. And Base Metal Drugs, same concept. Contact button is what you would click at the top if you're trying to get any support questions answered and things like that. Now, I typically haven't had to ask support any questions, guys. I learned how to install mods on my own and by watching other YouTubers. So if I made it this far, guys, without asking for help, I think you guys can too. It just requires a little bit of reading, that's all, and just making sure that you're doing it the correct way, okay? And things that aren't out to date in your case, okay? So that's it on just, going over basically the things you want to know when first installing mods for beginners and things like that. And I'll do a run through for you guys just in case you don't really know what to do. You're going to download the zip files. You're going to open up the new Finder window. Okay, I like to open up both. You're going to open up downloads. Then you're going to see the zip files at the very top of what you just downloaded. So you'll double click on the Woohoo package, double click on the MC Command Center. On the other Finder window you have open, you're going to open up Documents, then Electronic Arts, then Sims 4. By now you would have already removed your local thumb cache, so you're good. So you're going to open up your mods. And then that's when you would I always check the folder first just to make sure there's no folders in folders, which there isn't. So then you're just going to drag the MC Command Center inside. Okay, and I'm not going to do that because I already have it in. And then you're going to drag, sorry about that, guys, the Woohoo package in there folder as well. Okay, and there you go. All right, and that is literally how you download it and install it. Okay, any mods, guys, it pretty much works the same way with any mods. Okay, now there are certain mods that don't have a zip file. They're just a sheet of paper and you just drag them in there. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So this is basically what I wanted to go over for you guys. This was actually a requested video, so I just wanted to go over this. I know that a lot of this I already pretty much specify in my other videos, but I wanted you guys to know that there is a video dedicated for beginners of just where to go and what to do if you're ever in these situations where you're like, I really don't know where to start. Okay, so no matter what website, no matter what Patreon you're using, there's always going to be a button to download. There's always going to be a button for their Discord links and for their social media platforms. Okay, guys, so if you don't have Twitter, highly recommend getting it because a lot of mod creators use it to basically let you know what's going on with their mods. So hope that this was helpful, guys. I hope that this is beneficial. I hope that this helps some new beginners out there. And I will be going over here soon how to install presets and sliders and things like that, because that was very difficult when I was first starting as well. So look forward to that video next. If you don't know how to look forward to that, you would click the subscribe button and click the gray bell so you're notified when the next video posts. And if this video was helpful, please like it, comment below what your experience has been with mods, and if this video was helpful, and like it if it resonates. Thank you again for watching, guys, and I wish you guys a wonderful experience with installing mods.